About 6 days ago, I deleted all of my social media off of my phone. I got everything I want to say written down right here. There were multiple different reasons why I deleted everything, but the main one was that my relationship with God has been struggling, and I just didn't see an end in sight if I didn't delete all the social media off of my phone. I am like pretty much everybody else that's my age. I spend way too much time on TikTok. I have like zero attention span. I've actually been trying to grow my TikTok account since last January. So in that, obsessing over numbers came to be a really big problem. It was like I'm growing, but I'm not growing as fast as I want to. And like there's these opportunities to, eventually get monetized and all this stuff. And so I was just like tunnel vision focused on I need to grow and I need to figure out the exact right recipe for this. No, I don't. And then obviously in all of this, I neglected time with the Lord, my Bible study, my prayer, because it was just easier to, get on my phone, get on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. It's like scary how addicting it is because I would just like open my phone and immediately click on TikTok and be like, wait, what was I like? I meant to like text somebody back or check, my email or something. Like I didn't mean to get on TikTok, and then I'm just sitting there scrolling for hours. It's also super easy for me to do that as a mom because, my son is 7 months old. He has never done anything except for contact nap and co-sleep. So whenever I'm stuck in bed with him when he's sleeping for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, scrolling on TikTok, consuming all this media. And I don't need to be. I've seen so many different posts that are like, we were never meant to consume this much media. We were never meant to know so much of what goes on outside of our circle and outside of our town and like our daily lives and that kind of thing. I also noticed like when I was getting interrupted from literally just scrolling and watching 15-second videos, I would get like mad. Like I wouldn't show it or have an outburst, but like I could feel anger bubbling underneath my skin. And there's no reason. That is so dumb. There's no reason to feel mad over that kind of thing. So I was like, okay, it's time to just like cut the ties, delete everything. So off of my phone, I deleted TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Those are my 4 most used social media, and those are the ones that were giving me the problems. So like if I would close off of TikTok, I'd get on Facebook. If I'd close off of Facebook, I'd get on Instagram or Snapchat. So I just decided to delete all 4 of those. I think my screen time was like somewhere between like 4 and 5 hours, which I know other people have crazy. Like I literally saw somebody with a screen time of 22 hours. What are you doing? I don't have any rules set. There's nothing that I went into it and I was like, I'm going to do this for X amount of time, blah, blah, blah. I'll get into all that. But it was legit just a moment of, okay, I need to get back on track. And so I just deleted all of them and I was like, I will go along with this and figure it out as I go. Let's get into the goals and what I want to see happen out of this. Number 1, top of my list, which is exactly why I did this, intentional time with the Lord. I have honestly seen an increase in this, obviously, for the past 6 days since I started this. Because what else am I going to do when I wake up? So now that I don't have anything to scroll on in the morning, the first thing that I do is I get up and immediately start my devotional, my Bible study. Love that for me. The first day, I was like, I read like a chapter of John and I was like, Lord, that's all I got. Like, I don't know what else to do. I feel lost, whatever. But every day after that, it's gotten easier to actually sit down and meet with the Lord and pray and spend time in my Bible and actually get something out of it and take it with me for the day. It's your heart. It's not just deleting your social media and then being like, okay, Lord, here I am. Like it's the intention behind it. Get my attention span back. I cannot watch movies or shows anymore. We used to be attuned to 2015, 16 YouTube, and I can't sit down and just like watch a YouTube video anymore. I take that back. The only time I can sit down and watch a YouTube video is if my phone is across the room and I know that I have no other thing to do. So I'm going to be watching more long form content. On here I wrote, obviously, long form, movies, shows, sermons, podcasts. I love watching booktube. So like Sarah Caroli, Destiny Sidwell, Haley Pham. Those are my like top 3. I'm going to be making time to actually watch those videos and not get on my phone and play a game or scroll through TikTok or like any of that. Because I can't scroll through TikTok. Get back into my hobbies. I have a whole bunch of different hobbies that I just haven't been doing. And I blame it on, oh, it's hard to do with the baby, yada yada, whatever. I do have a pretty needy baby. However, if I can get him to nap by himself for 30 minutes, I have time to do whatever I want to do. I love reading. I literally am staring at, that's going to be a whole other video, but I'm staring at probably 18 books that are on my bookshelf that I've never read before. I love reading. I love baking. I like making little friendship bracelets, like out of embroidery floss, you know, the little Visco girl bracelets. I have a book that I'm writing. Like, I have a, like, dystopian YA trilogy that needs to be written. I have so many different hobbies, and I don't do them because I'm on my phone all the time. Being a more intentional mom. I wrote down, I already feel more tuned into my son, and I want that to continue. There wasn't ever really a point that I was choosing my phone over my son, but I feel less scatterbrained, I guess. I don't feel as go, like, gotta hurry up and do this so I can do that, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm spending more time, you know, just, like, playing with my son, or, like, you know, face to face, reading him a book, playing with his toys, that kind of thing. I'm spending more time doing that. Let's talk about what apps I did keep on my phone. The only ones I kept are YouTube, Pinterest, and just whatever games are on my phone that are, like, considered social or that I could do separately from something else. I also had YouTube Studio on my phone, and I deleted that because I don't want to be able to look at, if for some reason this video blows up and I've got a bunch of comments on here, if I'm not replying to comments right away, it's because I don't have YouTube Studio on my phone to tell me that I'm getting comments. And that's because I did the same thing on YouTube that I did with TikTok, and I started posting my TikToks as YouTube Shorts and started obsessing over the numbers and what my analytics were and all that kind of thing. So I deleted YouTube Studio off of my phone. The only way I'm going to be able to see and reply to comments is on my laptop. So yeah, I kept YouTube and Pinterest and games. Pinterest, I have a lot of faith-based stuff on there, and I feel like Pinterest is the least toxic of all of the social medias. I kept YouTube, which I honestly don't even use really on my phone. I watch YouTube on my TV mainly. And then I kept games because I literally only have like 3 games on my phone. The first app that I will re-download is either going to be Instagram or Snapchat, because those, of the 4 apps that I deleted, those are my 2 least used. I'm like 22 years old. I don't have a snap streak with anybody anymore. Snapchat is pretty much just to, like, for group chats with our friends. Instagram, if I get back on there, it's just gonna be like, I might watch the reels, but I feel better about watching Instagram reels than I do about watching TikToks, because Instagram reels, for some reason on my account, more like educational based. So like homeschooling, baby-led weaning, like that kind of thing. I don't know, I feel like Instagram reels is a more productive version of TikTok for me. It'll be one of those 2 that I re-download first, and then it'll be Facebook, and then TikTok will be dead last. I don't have a timeline. Like, I don't have, you know, at the end of the month, I'm gonna re-download everything, or at the end of the month, I'm gonna re-download Instagram or Snapchat, blah, blah. Because I feel like if I have a timeline, it's not gonna be genuine. I don't want to be chasing a date. I don't want to have, like, a date circle on the calendar, and I'm like, oh, I get to have Instagram back on this day, you know? And I feel like that's really working for me, because I feel like I've done that in the past, that I've been like, oh, I'll, like, not have my social media for, like, a week. You know, it's fine for that week, and then once the week is up, oh, look, I'm right back to where I was. Which is the whole reason I'm making this video. It'll just be not even how I'm feeling. It's gonna be like clearance from the Lord. And I feel like it's less gonna be some big, like, you may have social, like, gonna be once I know my heart is in the right place, that I will continue in a genuine relationship with the Lord. And if I start to backslide because of social media, I know that I will delete it again. I wanted to tie this in. I don't know why. Maybe it'll help somebody else if you actually get to this point in the video. I've also been thinking a lot about fasting. The problem with me fasting is, 1, I'm breastfeeding, 2, I have POTS, and it's very much triggered by my blood sugar dropping. So I have to eat like every 3 hours, or I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like, my heart rate spikes, I get super hot and shaky, all that kind of stuff. And so I've been like wrestling back and forth with fasting, because I'm like, I know biblical fasting is refusing meals or certain foods or food in general. And so I've been wrestling back and forth with that, but I saw a YouTube short. This evangelist that has come to our church a couple times, he was talking about fasting in this, it was like a super short clip. And he started with, the Lord honors when you push the plate away. And then immediately followed up with, if you have some kind of physical reason why you can't fast, he's still gonna honor your sacrifice, whatever that is. I haven't even really prayed about that. I've just been wrestling with it in my mind, but obviously the Lord knows. I feel like that was my sign that, like, he sees my sacrifice of social media. He sees that I'm denying my flesh what it wants so that I can grow closer to him. You know, he's gonna honor that. All of that to say, if you feel called to do the same, do it. Obviously, it's not even been a full week yet. I think tomorrow was a full week. And I am by no means where I want to be, but I'm also not where I started either. I originally didn't want to make this video because I didn't want it to be, like, flashy and, oh, like, I did this for the Lord and blah, 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 but I don't feel like it really is at all. Like, I feel very confident in this. If the Lord asks me to post more about it, then I will. If not, then I will see y'all for a different video on here. I want to be posting book content and mom and postpartum stuff. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. If you stayed this long, thank you. And I will see y'all next week for another video.